Hi! So today I wanted to share with you a video about everything that we pack with us when we're traveling abroad with our cat. If you're traveling more than, I would say, 6 hours, you're going to need a lot more stuff than if you were going just a short distance. So here's a look at everything that we take with us when flying with our cat Duke internationally. There are some things that will go in the carry-on and some that go in the check bag and then some that go in his cat carrier itself. And here's a look at the carrier. It's just a standard, nothing fancy, soft-sided carrier. And we put the pee pad in the base for him in case he has any accident while traveling. This has very little storage, just a little bit of room for some food on one side, and I put his leash and harness on the other side, and that's there's one more little pouch here, but honestly it's barely enough for what I need, so I do have to put the rest in my own carry-on bag. So here we have a collapsible litter box, super handy. He has learned to use it pretty quickly out of need, and it goes really well. I take him in the airport bathroom or even in the airplane bathroom every 3 to 4 hours to give him that opportunity to go if he needs it. With a bag of litter. Obviously I don't picture that here because I'm using our litter, but I use a Ziploc gallon bag and double bag it and then pour it back in if we're continuing on the trip. So there's a calming spray there you can use in his carrier if you want. I've got a folder with his important paperwork. So his all important international health certificate and his rabies certificates are in here, as well as a copy of his current prescriptions from the doctor. We bring food, so he loves these creamy churu treats, so we bring some of those as much as we have on hand. A couple of cans, and then we've been lucky enough to find really good pet stores that offer good quality Science Diet or Royal Canin canned food for him over here in Greece. And then a collapsible food bowl. We use this on the airplane to get him to eat once or twice during the journey. I bring this dry food. It goes in my checked bag. It's just the extra of whatever we had for him. It's a 3-pound bag, so it's probably had about 2 pounds worth in that, just because it was relatively new bag. Leash and a harness, which you may need during the journey. And then these are just more for his longer term care. So he loves his wire brush. We have his nail clippers here. Some medical issues. So he has to have his teeth brushed sometimes. So there's those items for that. His prescriptions in their original boxes. He has a special fancy inhaler, which we've yet to really transition into using. So fingers crossed on that. The pill pockets, oh my gosh, these are a lifesaver. I've never tried them before until recently when Duke got a new prescription for some antibiotics and steroids, and he loved them. I couldn't believe how easy it was to get him to eat his pills just by putting him in those pill pockets. He also sneezes a lot, so we've got these Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. They're super lightweight, and so I pack some of those to make sure we don't leave a mess in any of the rentals that we use. And he loves these little toys. They're so little and so easy to bring along. Something I found abroad that I haven't found in the US is these really small pouches of wet food. And it's probably a lot easier to pack and carry with you than the little cans are. I wish they had these in the US. Maybe they do, and I've just been missing out all this time. But it's been a really handy option for you. So that's mostly it, guys, except for a couple extra pee pads and a bag of cat litter. So these are the items that I would consider essential for traveling abroad or a long trip with your cat. The last item we have for Duke is a stainless steel water fountain. The vet highly recommended a water fountain to get our cats to drink more water throughout the day, and we've been really happy with it. It has a great filtration system that you can take apart and clean pretty easily, and it has a USB wall plug adapter, so that's all we need, and that's our last special item that we carry with us when we fly with Duke. So there's a few other items that you might also consider packing when traveling with a cat. Because they shed, we bring this really lightweight nylon material that you could get at a kind of bulk fabric store, and we use it to cover a couch or a bed so that we don't end up leaving lots of cat hair everywhere where we're traveling as guests. I also bring just a flat sheet as well for another option to cover additional furniture. So they don't take up that much space, pretty lightweight, nice and flat and easy. And then the other item, which is pretty special, is a scratching post. It's full-size scratching post. And you might be thinking, that's crazy, how can you travel with that? Well, we found this when we were in Oaxaca, and it actually is collapsible. So it comes apart into 3 pieces. And so I just break it up, and there's one piece, put that in a plastic bag. It's not that big, maybe 10 inches, 8 inches long. And then same, this next piece, it just unscrews from here. And I'm gonna need some magic editing to help me untwist it. So let's fast forward a second. Okay, so we got our second piece. It's pretty lightweight actually. So that goes in another plastic bag in my carry suitcase. And then I put these in a little Ziploc so they don't get lost in the suitcase. And then the base of it folds in half. So again, it doesn't take up that much space, but it is kind of a luxury item for Duke. So those are my kind of extras. I wouldn't call them essential, but if you have the space and you want to spoil your cat, you could also consider bringing some items like these along.